And I was like, why do you always have to turn everything into something like a competition? I have never told you I'm a freedom fighter. I have never told you I'm here to liberate or free you or whatever it is. So when you come onto my program, and you begin to sort of, cherry pick some certain things so that you can use them as talking points, it is not a competition, Bobby. Remember that. Okay? So if I tell you that there are things to be concerned about, there is a lot of work to do on the people that we are going to coexist together in a place, it is a general statement. It is not an indictment, because when I say that, it is true. Or you want to pretend that to me now that the people you coined saboteurs, are they not the people that you believe are working? They are Igbos who are working against Biafra. So you believe they exist. So if you believe they exist, don't you think they are also going to still exist when Biafra comes? What are you going to do to them? You're going to kill them? You're going to kill those who don't support Biafra, but eventually Biafra is here and they are there. What are you going to do to them? So it's not a competition, okay? And I am not in competition with any goddamn person or whatever you believe in. And on my platform, so to say, I know some of you are still going to come back here, but I promise you, I will get rid of every one of you, okay? The moment you spot out. I know a few of you are like Simon's, people, and I've told you it's not a competition, okay? So don't come to my platform and somehow try and twist things, and then you get your people like you. Don't mind them. I don't know why they always talk like that. Somebody said that. It's not a competition. I will say it again, and I will say it for the last time. The next time I'm going to see somebody like you mention or pick my word to do your comments, if you pick my word to kind of make your stupid and whatever assertion, I promise you, okay, you won't miss me. It will be your last. So it's not I'm not in competition with any of you or whatever you believe in or not. You understand? But when I point things out like that, I am actually using them as a case study, a point of contact to what is real and what is imaginary. Okay? Anyway, let's move it a bit. Meanwhile, what do you call him? The African Wahala and Princess. I think the two of you, I can see the two of you. Okay? You know what I mean? Like, if once you begin to see all these idiots, right? Please get rid of them. I know them very well. Okay? And somehow they have a way of trying to plant some level of discord and all that. They are jumping from one platform to another, looking for ways to going to give them validation, praise them. I don't praise people like that. I don't praise charlatans. Okay? And I kind of would prefer you stay your lane. Can you do that? It doesn't matter whether you can or not. Your comment will give you up, and we can clean you out of here. Right? Thank you. So the last one I want to give to you, is that it is not all hope. I mean, it's not like all hope is lost. But sometimes when you see them do it right too, let's point it out. In the face of all this quagmire, confusion, and as well as where people are cherry picking what they think is right or wrong, especially where as it concerns them, but there are still people who kind of feel like, well, we had our voice. We'll be all Kogi people. They lick Yeye Bello's ass, and I give it to this one. So yeah, there are still some people inside that place that with the right information and resources, they can make a difference. So I like this, at least.
Oh, my struggle, freedom, God, justice coming by struggle, freedom, God, by struggle, freedom.
It is obvious that you are speaking, are defending, and you are acting in line with what you receive as a complaint, not just from us, not from only Kogi State, and you have done a thorough investigation. He himself is aware. That's why we're all crying when power was removed. We thought that the case would die. It started since 2021, 2022, when 20 billion naira was traced to the Stanley Bank. After then, in 2023, February precisely 22nd, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission obtained a court order that asked the Abelo to forfeit some of the properties, up to 40 properties, including Dubai, Maitama, Wuse, Guzape, which he used our money to buy. But unfortunately, you know, EFCC, we are not saying EFCC, some of appear saying that EFCC don't lose cases. You are not losing cases. You don't lose cases. The problem is a compromised judiciary. We are not asking the EFCC to bribe a judge to get a judgment. But the looter have enough money to obtain the court order to get the judgment to their favor. All the co-guides are standing in solidarity with the Economic Financial Crime Commission. And just as the chairman is here represented by his peer, you are working in line with the law and Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria through the Attorney General of the Federation. We are asking you that through the Office of Attorney General of the Federation, the President and Commander-in-Chief can compel Governor Dodo to release the Abelo for proper prosecution to Kogi State Government House. Invite those local government chairmen, they are willing to bear you witnesses as an exhibit. The co-guides are with you. Ordinary citizens of Nigerians are with you. And we are here to encourage you. We are here to motivate you. Some has lost their life. Some are still facing some series of court cases. So many people. So now the time for justice is now. Thanks and God bless.
My name is Wilson Ujare.
Moja live on like that. Are you with me? So I know some of them are attention seekers, okay? So once in a while. And the reason why I always like to remind everyone is that I am not, I'm not stupid, okay? I can tell some of you, all right, will somehow have been pushing and pushing and pushing so that you can see me, sort of pushing some narratives, right? But I am not stupid. Some of the people that you listen to out there. And when I say I'm not stupid, like you deal with that, right? It's simply because I have been very clear, very, very clear from the word go, okay? I am not here to command anybody. I am not your leader, and I don't want to be anybody's leader. I don't want to be anybody's commander or anything. I'm just Mayegu. And if you are not comfortable with that, if there are other expectations of yours that I don't know, right? That is yours. Now, if you are projecting it, that doesn't mean that you should, by any means, become a nuisance on my platform. I control this platform. I have authority over it, and there is a reason for that. So all you have to do is to kind of respect it, right? So once you begin to create a nuisance, I'm not going to miss you. Please. So the other part is something I'm going to leave there for later, okay? So I think we've had enough chats, and I can take a break and come back and have a chat where the line is going to be opened. So you can join me if you have anything to say to me, okay? You can phone in rather than stay on that in that comment. Thank you so much, the African Wahala. Get rid of Bobby and make sure he never comes back here. And people like him too, okay? Thank you. I'm going to give more people spanners. I think we should have more spanners. On this platform, I am not one of those that want to paint, what do you call it, some imaginary pictures of something or what have you. I want you to be in reality. And I'm somebody who believes that before anything can be done, then the people must want it. You must want it. And when you want it, it's more than just wanting it. You must be physically ready to be part of it. That's my own theory. You get that? So if you see anyone like Bobby, and that's how they come here and make all this useless mouth, bunch of faceless idiots. Most of them are happy whenever they see the news of all these terrorist activities in Eastern Nigeria. These are a bunch of faceless guys who love to claim responsibility for things that they have no clue about whatsoever. And they will come here too and tell you, I've seen those. And that one is even ridiculous thing to kind of see, right? You see those that will tell you, I don't know if you have heard this before, even you that is a Biafran or an Igbo watching me right now, you will see some of these some of these guys, they will tell you, Igbos know they take nonsense from their leaders. They said that and they started believing it. We are all taking nonsense from our leaders. Yeah, we deny them. We are all looking for an opportunity to deal with them. But we have criminals in this, in the Western Nigeria, in Yoruba land, as you have all these terrorist criminals from the north. So you do have all the terrorist criminals from the east that you can't touch, but you wish you can. So there's no point in coming on social media and making yourself feel like, and making all this loud mouth and all that, just because you want to feel, the genuine people knows that, something. The genuine people knows that the criminals in charge of Nigeria, from every part of Nigeria, all these criminals, they cut across from every tribe, right? Which is true. And I can give you names of your criminals that you can't do anything to. You wish you can. And I can give you names of our own criminals too, that we can't do anything to, that we wish we can. There's no point in turning all of this into some, salty nonsense on Mayegun's Diary Political. Don't come here and push all this your nonsense narratives, okay? I will see you, and I will silence you. And I'm serious, okay? So what we do on Mayegun's Diary Political is not just the talk. It is actually for you to hone the issue or the situation, so that at least when you see yourself, being involved, maybe you can take it further and, do more than just talking about it. Well, that's my choosing. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. I'm going to be back in a minute or two. Okay. I hope you are dialing the number yet, right? I'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
Àtisebo, àtisétẹ́, àtisétẹ́, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisétẹ́, ìtò òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́.
Thank you. I have a caller, and Director's Court, you have been given a spanner. So Director's Court has a spanner now. And while we are doing this, I'm going to also give spanners to about 4 or 5 people. The regulars, okay? Like the regulars. Your job is to look for those who are creating distraction in the comment section on YouTube and remove them. You have my permission, okay? The moment somebody is beginning to act stupid in the comment section and causing any kind of a distraction, that spanner is yours. to put them to rest, and they will never disturb anybody again, ever. I have my first caller. Hello there.
Good evening, Uncle Morgan.
Good evening, my sister. How are you, ma'am?
I'm very well. Good evening, Ekale.
Ekale. How are you again?
I'm very well. My name is Advocacy. I live in Portsmouth.
Oh, Aduke?
Yeah.
That's some beautiful name there.
Thank you,
Did
Uncle.
you choose that, or you just grew up knowing it, or what?
Oh, my dad. That's my nickname for my dad.
It's not a nickname. It's actually a very, very beautiful name. You know that. I wish you could that. Aduke, and that is somebody that we all fight to care for. I'll probably fight to care for you.
Yes, I'm a daddy's girl.
Oh,
so there's lots.
Thanks so much, my sister. So yes, you are my first caller tonight, and it's such a pleasure to have you, Aduke.
Thank you, Uncle. I listen to your show all the time. Like me and my girls, we're always watching your show, and we talk about it in the WhatsApp group. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I just wanted to share a different perspective,
please,
in relation to education. So I went to work in Lagos 2 years ago.
Right.
I packed my bags and I went to work there for a year and a half. And I'm a UK girl, so I had never lived in Nigeria. So I went to Lagos. Okay. And it was a massive eye-opener. And when we talk about the anger in regards to nothing happening in Nigeria, I don't think people in the diaspora understand how uneducated the average Nigerian is. Number one. I don't think people understand the sheer amount of uneducated young people. First of all, that's number one. Number two, I don't think people in the diaspora understand how big Nigeria is. Nigeria is not just Lagos. No. So if you think about how bad Lagos is, can you imagine all the other smaller villages with less money, less visibility? Visibility is a key thing that we don't discuss. Lagos has a huge visibility.
That's right.
Because there's more money, there's more revenue with independent people.
That's right.
But think about the other states. So when we're getting angry, I think it's important we look at this contextually. If there's no education, there's no knowledge. So when we're looking at, let's say, the federal and the state institutions, the elite in Nigeria is the biggest issue we have there. I was there for a year and a half. I could write a book. What I saw, I nearly fainted.
Really?
The elites are the biggest issue that I saw when I was there. So when we look at, for example, Uncle Yeye, okay?
You're right.
We look at that situation, there's questions we must ask ourselves. Who is the banker who processed the payment? Who are the lawyers who signed the legal documents for the properties to be purchased by him? Okay?
Yeah.
These are questions we have to ask. So there's a big issue. The elites are entertaining the government.
They are tolerating them because they're all in bed, you know?
They're all in bed. So, in a way, the elites are too scared to be poor. That's another thing.
It is. You know, something that we've kind of come to sort of agree to, I would say, or agree with in the recent time is that, yeah, the politicians are horrible, right? But Nigerian elites, like what kind of elites do we even have in that country?
I will tell you, sir. I will tell you, Uncle. Let's look at the events industry. You know, every day Instagram is popping, someone's party, someone's wedding. Let's break that down. Who is the wedding planner collecting a contract for 50 million naira for a wedding? Why? Why are you not asking that politician, where's that 50 million naira coming from? Why are we not having those discussions? Now, when she collects that 50 million naira, let me break it down for you, Uncle Michael. She collects the 50 million naira as an event planner. That's just her fee. Then separate, you have the caterer who will now collect 10 million. Out of that 10 million, the caterer only pays her staff 60,000 naira. So that the money is not even, at least if the money was going to the average person.
Circulating at all.
Yeah. And the issue is not even just the corruption, Uncle. The issue is the lack of circulation. So at least in the UK, everyone chops. We all know that.
That's
if you
right.
work in the government, you know they chop. But they circulate.
It does.
They circulate. So if the money is not circulating, the poor are continually going to be poor.
You are so right. And it is a very simple concept of economics, right? When they say things have to keep going in the system, right? Wealth, distribution. That's how it works, right? So I'm working for this millionaire, catering service. And here we are, they are taking this multi-million naira contracts, okay? And there we are as well, being paid peanuts that could barely afford us to take our children to a better school or afford medical care or so, right? See, there was this lady, she worked as, I don't know if you have probably come across the story, it's so trendy in the last few days, right? So the former makeup artist for the first lady of Ondo State, Betty, right? She worked for her for about 6 years, okay?
Yeah.
And she was being, they were paying her 45,000 naira for those times. 45,000 naira a month, right? And she was working, she was traveling everywhere with the first lady. Okay, then Akeredolu is dead. And Betty is no longer, she's now the former first lady. So this makeup artist, first lady makeup artist, now sent a text to the former first lady to seek her help, that she's really, going through it a lot now. And she wouldn't mind any financial support to help her. And guess what the first lady said? She said, I am no longer in the office. Goodbye. So they are not willing, right, to give part of their wealth, not even to their own, their own workers. And I call that probably like chronic, they call it chronic capitalism. I call it chronic, more evil kind of capitalism. May I
give a perspective on the example you just gave? From what I saw when I was in Nigeria, Uncle, is the reason is they don't want the poor to rise.
No.
So they also intentionally, because if the poor person rises up, should I say, you lose your power as an elite.
Imagine somebody who is rich saying, if you pay them well, they will abuse it. Oh, you better pay them too much. Oh.
There you go. Because then they can't shine their power. Your power is only valuable if there's people less than you.
I know.
If the people less than you are on the same power, you lose your power.
See, there is this other one as well. It is so endemic, by the way. Okay. See, there is this also report about recruiters in Nigeria. Okay.
Yeah.
They said, okay, yeah, people will come from, investors will come from abroad, and they are looking for, new and or something like a recruit, right? And then it's time for them to discuss a pay. See, Nigerian recruiters will say, they will be the one to tell them, no, don't pay them too much. Oh, let's just give them this.
Yeah.
Man, when people started exposing things like that as well the other day, and I was like, man, it is so real. Oh. Like, apart from all these politicians that we all point fingers at and say, oh, they are evil, this one is evil. Man, the entire hierarchy of the society is so infected.
This is it.
That you have no idea where you're actually going to pick it up from. Where should we start from? Is it from the bottom? Or should we start from the top? Or should we start in the middle?
And yes, and I think from my perspective, sir, I think that we give the politicians too much attention.
I think so too.
Because I worked with a couple of politicians, and let me tell you something, Uncle, they don't even see poor people. By the time the driver picks him up, takes him straight to his office, he's in the office from 7, a lot of them get to the office around 7 or 8. They're in the office till like 7 or 8 at night. They don't go out. They get picked up.
Contact with these
they get
people.
picked up. They go to the evening parties, there's evening networking events, or meetings in somebody else's home. So these politicians that we're shouting about, they don't even engage with poor people.
They don't. Thank you so much.
So
okay.
they don't engage, but I think we need to stir the conversation and have more accountability on us.
Yes.
The people that we all celebrate, the so-called entrepreneurs, the restaurant owners who pay their staff $20K a day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my perspective on that.
Man, that's one very, very, very good sort of perspective where you are actually, entering this evening. And I'm going to really remember that.